What's up guys, I'm Rhett. Welcome back to Lawn Insider. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. I know this is gonna be hard to believe, but it's 102 degrees right now. So same old on that front. Luckily, I do have a cloud up there, so the sun is playing peekaboo a little bit. Right now it's out, but hopefully it will peek behind those clouds at some point in the next few minutes. But you probably saw in the intro there, I have started to develop some pretty gnarly cracks around the perimeter of the yard. That's the one that was in the intro, and I measured that one at 22 inches deep with my yardstick. And I'm really starting to get these cracks kind of pop up all along the perimeter of my yard. Luckily nothing within the yard, so nothing where we're going to go snap our ankles, but still it kind of looks like the yard just kind of break away and drift off. So I actually have another pretty bad one over here, and this one's long too, so this one stretches all the way from this 4x4 to that 4x4, and you can see here's a part that's not as much grass, so you can see we have some pretty, my whole hand's in there, and it could definitely go down further than that. Haven't brought the yardstick over here on that one yet. And here's another one right here, and you can see that I can almost get my hand in there. I can't quite get my whole hand, but that one goes down there pretty deep as well. And it is purely a matter of just not getting enough water at this point. And we're in this prolonged period of 100+ degree temps and drought. And I'm actually getting an inch of water a week in my lawn, which is what I suggest, but that's just not gonna cut it in the current environment that we're in. And honestly, another thing, since I can only water 1 day a week, I actually think my lawn would do better if I was able to put down ½ an inch on 2 separate days that were like 3 or 4 days apart. I think the lawn would respond to that better than just getting watering 1 day a week. And then, you know, by the time the 4th or 5th day rolls around, it's already really struggling and really needing another drink. And it's got to wait 7 days in between every time. And that's kind of the result of what I'm describing there. So that's why it looks the way that it does. I would love to water more, trust me, but I just don't want to spend an arm and a leg to do so. And really, that's what it would cost. And when I'm only able to do it once a week anyway, I still think that I would still get quite a few of these symptoms, regardless of how much I was able to put down in that 1 day. So another thing I find kind of humorous is that people are talking about this coming Tuesday as an actual cold front. I kid you not, I've seen the words cold front used, and it's wild because let me go ahead and show you the forecast up here on the screen, and you see that it's a very short-lived cold front, and the cold front only gets us down to 96 degrees, and everyone's really excited, and I'm actually excited too. I'm not gonna pretend I'm not, but everyone's really excited that there is like an over 6% chance of rain that day. It's actually on mine, I think it said it was 49% chance, won't even give me the 50% chance. So I can't say that I'm holding my breath. I never think that it's gonna rain here because whenever I get my hopes up, I always get let down on that front. But we do actually have a little bit of higher chances on Tuesday, and the temperatures are down a little bit, but you see they jump immediately back up into the triple digits and immediately goes back to showing that it's gonna be dry for another week or 2 weeks or however long it goes out. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny because people are getting kind of fired up thinking that these temperatures are gonna kind of leave us alone and we're finally gonna get a change in the weather pattern. But at least in my area, it's literally a 1 day occurrence, and don't even know if we'll get rain, but man, I sure hope we do. Okay, my camera just shut off from being too hot, but I'm back outside now. And all I wanna do is take the yardstick. I'm gonna go over here and check how deep some of these cracks along this fence are, and then I will show y'all a little bit how the front yard looks. No cracks up there, but I'll just show y'all how the yard is faring. But I do want to know in the comment section below, I challenge y'all, go get your yardstick or tape measure or whatever you're going to need to measure the cracks on your property, and go poke around a little bit. And in the comment section below, we'll have a little competition, see who has the deepest crack in their lawn. So here we go. I'm going to start off on this one over here. Oh, well, immediately we got one that is 13 inches down. And let's see, we'll go a little further over here. Oh, not as deep right there. About 6 inches deep there. Oh, here's another deep one. Oh my goodness. So this one is 18 inches deep, so we still haven't beat our record of 22. And that big one over there on the other side of the yard. Here's a pretty wide one. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be very deep. I'll poke around. Oh, we found a slot. So this one is about 14 inches deep or so. About a foot deep right there in that spot. And this is really the last... Oh, let me see if I can clean it out there first. This is probably the last deeper one that I've got here. And this one goes down 14 inches or so. So I feel like I've got some pretty good ones up here. I don't know how they'll fare against y'all's, but like I said, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. We'll see who has the deepest cracks in their yard. As far as treating those cracks, I'm not actually going to do anything. They just need water. You're not really supposed to go and backfill them with anything, because when we do eventually get rain or water and the ground expands, all you did, if you actually put more dirt in or sand in or whatever you might put in there, all you did was make the ground more compact, and then we're kind of just making our problems worse. So all it needs is water. Eventually, I guess eventually, we'll probably get some water. It's got to happen sometime at some point. Until then, you're just going to have a few cracks in your lawn until you up your watering game some. So here is the front lawn right here. I mowed it yesterday, and it still looks good in parts. There's parts of it that still look pretty good. It hasn't been fed in forever. You know, it doesn't get much water, so overall it's still growing pretty well, all things considered. And here is the side yard. And the side yard doesn't look too bad either. There's a spot back there by the AC that's pretty noticeably dry. I'll show you here. But it's in shadow. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Yeah, you can see it. But overall, it's not horrible. I've just tried to start to embrace whatever hand I've been dealt, and this is the hand I've been dealt right now. So I'm just working with what I have got. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like. If you're enjoying the content and you want to continue to see more of it, hit that black subscribe button below. Make sure you leave a comment with the depth of the deepest crack in your lawn for the competition in the comment section below. And I'll see y'all again soon. Lawn Insider, out.